So the motion of the ocean steps, and making analysis of the effective wish, we're dealing with an illusion, is causing you, your thinking mind, to get to that's the universe. And the dynamo force is called postular, which is inconceivably small substances, molecular structures, as molten structures of wire are made from the propellers and the corpuscles. In many things evolve from particles. And by knowledge we've thoroughly understood that light, in a sense, characterizes the word energy in the sense of characterized force life references, in the substance like electricity and practices, and the apparent tradition of the one appearing as two. And the Sirez, and that illusion has insincerely worked into the complaint words, and it's scary to understand that the sense of one is in either submission that, and one is flawless, causes effect and one is real. The other one is the illusion, and even in the period of both this illusion, it's necessary. And a sober. Corpuscular theories of papers of electromagnetic contributing waves replaced by the theories of honest man with Geiger waves. And the modern scientists proved that the corpuscularium is of fierce attainment. Forward light existent and preventing light from traveling. The mind, with consensus, is self-competitive, is doing so to many dimensions of light matters. Magnetic, of just higher pressures, its magnetism whizzed, rebounded to lower pressures of dwelling particles of the solidified, turning its ice, freezes it because all known as crystalline, all matters crystalline. Crystallization is a direction for appearance forms. I registers its dimension in the golden cells of math. Would like to say the appearance of the crystallization of one less important dimensions of the fusion of form, and its critality and the pine. It's now by experiment all elements. Crystallized in one of the 6 classes Moe crystalline motion. Such characteristics in the layer volumes give us the charts. And his volume hits the crystallization solid matter in present light, and release pressure of harder poisons. And the harder freezes, the faster you melt, it melts. All of matter has its melting point. The more solid matter hit, the more solid, simple, ends the same, with motion of repetition. And its simple reality in the fourth dimension is non-solidity, in the illusion of only use possible for responding pressures as freezing points. And the lesser these freezing points, the more jagged the points, and the fields. And point they kidim, and all the there, also nice, and keeps it solid, and the stability. And this time named the azote, the enthalpy. Is this a room multifords? It also has a liquefied assist. You're very prone to freezing at the point of crystallization, very complexity. All frozen solids can be solid heat. And it not mess and it's centrifugal acceleration that is standing. And in coastal, generates cyclobute, convection contraction, and it all dies and becomes water with us vape, steam, vapor, integrating by B complex cooling and D energetic combustible solids. And all of this is endurance with the digestible gases, an experience of which is with the thousands above and the thousands below. Natural solid, crystallized, as I mentioned before, custom seed, and their source. Matter becomes evident and integrated in this visible solid matter, and only inside. And it will tell that there's a sequence of events, and it disappears the matter, and it's the disappearing motion and quiet form matter. It results itself into substance matter, from which it was born, transforming blatant matter, and the transfer of its voice, and the changed motion of the substance of water that had not changed and stayed in the two record. Again, immediately the transformation of water into steam, vapor, and appearance changed in motion, and it had not changed, inspired volts. And the steam disappears, and with the appearance of matter, it eventually swings as the cosmic pendulum, reappearing ice and steam, continually disappearing from the set. Taking forms now, disappearing from force. Water has not changed its restoration to but still unchanged into its subsequently. Nothing has changed but its appearance change. And then I guess they hasn't changed the character of the substance that changed. Substance can melt change into the inner dimension, just really back and tall, and below, in complexity of form. You refer into the electric decumulated, and there was a will still appearance, it's had in motion. Let's all in the word, both its message in this minor way, but knowing that if somebody or someone tunes in who understands one part of it and wants to voice their negative opinion towards it, doesn't make sense if one doesn't want to engage in negativity. And if that non-binary path where half of it is conscious and half of it is unconscious, and then it's actually more exciting that way for oneself. But the there I cannot. And losing it in ways, losing it in of question marks, what clouds, and a clouded mind of a conscious being living in the awakens in the dream or being asleep, or rather that how and the concept that you've already heard and vocalize yourself maybe with someone. So in this kind of a thing allows for the continuation of the same, because it is in one, and gives what needs to be given. What's the quotes and the replicas, replicating not thyself. Glue as how and the Gadars. It's a cloud of low and hot as other in temple elf on the man sort of a half to talk to all the extraterrestrial. So they back in the day were tuned into. I'm glad. Just a great emotion, positivity, and effort that it pays off sometimes, and most of the time it doesn't, because it loads. And in that state of being, it gets, eaten up by the machine, and all that's left is crumbles, not the cookie. Soaked up the cookie. This lives, and more is more. I like how, and say the opposite or 1/4 of it, it's all mathematical, right? 1, 2. That's how, and the exit, this is near and far. And here we are. It lets a hot